Hello everyone, welcome. In the next video you're going to learn how a young man named Mohammed Hage learned how to produce crops in a rooftop and learn how to feed a city with the crops cultivated in the rooftop. Now, How a Rooftop Feeds a City by Ema Rittenhouse. Now, Mohammed Hage is a young man who thought about changing the urban agriculture. Now he said, okay, I used to eat healthy and fresh crops at the village of Lebanon, in where my aunt used to feed me really good stuff, really good food. How can I maintain my diet and start or continue eating healthy food? Because a village is self-sustaining because you grow the food you want outside of your patio, right? In your little farm, and you eat right on the table. If you want a tomato, you can go outside of your house and just grab it. He studied at the University of Montreal, where it's really cool because it's located in Canada. Now he thought about changing the way we grow food in the city. For example, the old method for production is you're in a farm, and then your food is transported once. Then it goes to the fabric industry, and then it's transported twice. Then you go to the warehouse, and then you transport it again. And then you go to the supermarket and buy the not really fresh food. And then you go to your house and you see the tomatoes that look really sad and disgusting. Now, the Lufa farms, Lufa is the name of Mohammed's company. Now, you are in a farm, you grow your food, and it goes right away to you. The food is really fresh. Now, he thought about urban agriculture. Okay, there's a city, there's a house, there's people planting in a city, inside a city. But the soil, it's contaminated, and the air is contaminated by the industries and the gases. So let's work in a laboratory, in a lab. No, right? It's not really cool. So he thought about another idea. He thought about greenhouses. But how can he put greenhouses inside a city? Well, where can he place them? A greenhouse works really well because the heat it's really maintained inside the greenhouse. Because if you can see, the sun is spreading his rays, and the greenhouse is receiving the sun rays, and the crops also. So the heat is the crops maintain the temperature inside, the temperature they need. And for example, this is another greenhouse where there's roses, plants, and it's flowers, and this is crops. So he thought about a rooftop, and this is the Montreal project. This is a building, an old building, and that's the rooftop, and that was his idea, and that's his project. But how did it start? How did this happen? How did this happen? Number one, he used no new land. He thought about using old buildings that have no useful ideas on the roof. For example, that's black and gray outside, and just birds pooping outside. He thought about using water in a responsible way. Okay, he has his greenhouse, but I need water, and I can't use money to buy water because I already have water by rain. So he thought about harvesting rainwater. And now this is how he recycles water. It rains, it drops to this little pool, and then the irrigation of the water is pumped to the greenhouse. Here is an example. Number three, using no synthetics. For example, no chemicals that will damage our food and that will contaminate, because it's really hard. It's really hard. No spotters, no dyes, no toxins. It's really toxic. Number 4, responsible means good food. If you are responsible for your food, then you're going to eat well, right? Look at these tomatoes. Look at these tomatoes growing in a greenhouse in that Montreal project. They really look good. Do you think this is going to maintain their color, their texture, their taste when it goes to your house? Then after being transported 3 times in boxes that don't look like that actually. These boxes look really good. So let's how to start. He thought about greenhouses. He set up a greenhouse irrigation. He thought about the microclimate software where he can control the temperature, the many things, the atmosphere inside a greenhouse, inside. And now this is the first seeds they planted. It was on February 28, 2011, and that was really a touch moment because think about dreaming this big project and finally realizing your project. Now he owns also a web page where you can buy and be responsible and join for making cities more sustainable. And that's Mohammed, and he's really cute. Now in this web page you can buy not just only veggies, you can buy seafood, fruit and meat. And you can add them like it's $3 a cucumber and cherries $4. So you can see the prices, you can see how fresh it is, and then you just can add them to your little account, and then you can buy them, and they will either you go in there and bring your package, or they bring you home the package. And that's how all this Montreal project started. And why won't he be proud of changing the urban agriculture and giving us the food right away to our house, to our table? Fresh, healthy food.